Hey guys, welcome to PhoneRadar. This is Chetan and this is the Motorola's Moto X 2nd Gen, the 2014 model that comes with a lot of changes from the Moto X original because this comes with the 801 processor, and this time Motorola has been pretty quick in sending updates, and this is the Moto X 2014 running the Android Lollipop OS now, because it was running 4.4.4 KitKat and now this is the major upgrade that Google had sent recently, and Motorola has been quick in sending this one. So first of all, to show you, this was what Motorola had in stock with them, with the active notification display, where you just have to swipe your hand over the phone without having to touch it at all, and that would show up the notifications here. I don't have any under notifications right now, so it won't show any here. You just have to swipe it, and that's where this shows up with the time and the lock screen. So this gets an alternative now with the new one called as the ambient display. So first let me go into the settings to show you what's the new OS version. There are a lot of changes that you can easily notice here, because the earlier design was pretty different, and this is the Lollipop upgrade with the material design. So this is Android 5.0, and as you can see, it would show up the Lollipop here. That's the Lollipop OS, and that's the new Easter egg, the game. So very pretty interesting game, very easy to play, not that easy if you ask. Something similar to the Flappy Bird game that Android marketed recently, and this is a pretty neat alternative because it's just an Easter egg and not really a separate game that comes in. So this was the Easter egg, and this is the Lollipop OS running into this, and this is the version 22.21.19. so that is the new version that's running into this, and this is one of the most significant upgrades for the Android OS from Google. And the device was earlier running Android 4.4.4 KitKat, now it's going with Android 5.0. So first of all, the material design, everything is different and changed. If you go into the lock screen, you see the notifications. That is what I'll talk about later on, but what I'll be talking about is the way it responds to your touch. Everything gets fluid, there are animations. You can see the clock widget getting smaller and transparent here, and now you have shortcuts where you swipe anywhere on the screen from left to right, it would open the phone widget. From right to left, it would open the camera widget. Earlier it was a swipe of the screen from right to left for the camera to open, but here you just have to swipe on the same screen and it would open the camera, and swipe up to unlock. This is how you unlock the screen. So it's again very fluid, and this is the new material design with the themed app pages. It comes up as a separate section with the white background, and these are the applications that I have running in this, and you get to see different widgets and stuff that are having the new icons, and everything is different now. So this is the material design that Google has recently announced and introduced in the Android Lollipop OS. And now going into the notification section, this is something new again. So once you pull down the notification for the first time, it would show up the notifications that I have, and I have the options to swipe them to the right or left to clear it, or I can just tap on it to open and press it for long so that it would show me the information panel, and I can block or prioritize it. So priority is show notifications at the top of the list and keep them coming when the device is set to priority interruptions only. So interruptions are something new again. So there are priority interruptions that you can allow from any application that you're using, and that is not just from the home screen but also from the lock screen. You get to see the notifications. Now to open any notification from the lock screen, you'll just have to double tap it. So that is how it opens the application, and that is how the lock screen notifications work. So you get to see the notification directly on the lock screen, and if there are multiple notifications, you get a shortcut in the bottom so to pull it up and check the other notifications as well. So the entire panel is opening from even the lock screen. Now let me go back to the notification panel. Now once swipe, it would show up the notifications, but swipe it down further and it would show up the quick settings. This is the beautiful section of quick settings where you see the options for connectivity. That's Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, the data network, airplane mode, and auto rotate. The new again addition is the torch. Torch was something that I was missing in the Moto X earlier, and I had to use some third-party application for the same, but now I can just tap it here and the torchlight would open with the dual LED flash on this device. So there's location settings and the cache screen. So these are the shortcuts here, and there's also this brightness toggle directly given here. And earlier I had to long press the connectivity option to go into the settings of that, but just below to the actual icon you get to see the shortcut for the same. So that is how the notification section works here. And the new addition and a beautiful addition here is the profiles and guest mode option. So this is the profile section where I can go to the guest mode. Now while switching to the guest, as you notice, I already have a few notifications, and this was earlier when I had come in as a guest user. I can continue the same, but you see here that only the pre-installed applications are showing up. There are no downloaded applications showing up here, and what you get to see is those notifications are gone because they are in the other profile of mine, the main profile, and not in the guest profile. And when you go into the phone section, it would show the recent calls and everything, but the contacts aren't shown here. And when you go into the messages section, there are no messages because this app isn't allowed by the device owner. And the other things are the camera application. The camera app does open up, but when you go into the gallery, so these are the captures I took from this guest mode, and these photos would be available only in the guest mode and nowhere else. And if I go into the gallery from here, and in the gallery I would see only those photos, but the actual profile of mine has hundreds of photos which are not shown here. So this is the guest mode, which is very useful if I had to give this device to anyone around, and it comes to good use. So switching back to the main profile, I'll just have to go to this and switch back to my original profile. So that is it. You get to see all these notifications back here, and I was talking about the gallery where you see that I have several folders and photos under them. So this was all not seen under the guest mode. That is something new again, and a very beautiful change is the multitasking, or what it is called now is overview space. This is the overview space shortcut. Tapping on that would show you different applications that are running, and something new and beautiful here is that I can see all the tabs on my Chrome browser separately on this. So it isn't about multiple applications, but it is about multiple activities going around this device. So this is a Chrome tab opening the website. This is a YouTube tab, not a YouTube tab, it's a Chrome tab with the YouTube website open here. So once I tap on this, see there is the Chrome application directly opening up. And if I go back and check out, there's this another tab. So there are multiple tabs open here, but they show up as different activities in the section here. And these are the different apps running around in the device. So it's easy to swipe them and close them down. And another good thing about this activities tab is that if I'm in the Google inbox and if I am typing a draft, and if I go to some other application, it wouldn't go saved and hidden in the inbox, but it would again show up as a tab here. So if you can understand, the Google inbox would show up as a separate activity, and the draft we are writing shows up as another activity. So you can easily switch to that and go and write your mail continuously. So the other thing is the active display that I was talking about. Although I would still go with the active display of Motorola, because that is what has helped me save a lot of battery, because when the screen is turned off and when I go to this active display, it would show up the notifications here itself. So I don't have to turn the display on always, and the display always eats a lot of battery. So that is still useful for me. But the new feature here is this attentive display. Stay on while I'm looking. That is different. And other feature here is the ambient display. That is wake the screen when notifications arrive. So whenever the notifications arrive, turning on ambient display will disable Moto display, which means you'll no longer see battery friendly notifications at a glance. So basically the Moto X 2nd Gen has these sensors in the bottom and top, and this uses a low power core which would activate this active notifications when the screen is turned off, and that saves a lot of battery. But when you are using the new feature, that's the ambient display, that would not save a lot of battery. So although this is a new feature introduced into the Moto X by Google, I won't recommend using this feature. I would still go with the normal active display of Motorola that is shown under this Moto section. If I go into the settings, it is this display, that is the Moto display. So I would still go with this one rather than the ambient display that is newly introduced. So the other features, as I said earlier, this is the quick settings, and if I go into the battery section, there's a lot of changes even there. So once I go into the battery, this is how it would show the remaining estimate of the battery going down. Approximately 8 hours battery is left if I use the phone in the same way, and this is the way it shows the various applications that are using the battery. It shows even the mobile packets received, and that is the data being used by the device, and this is how it shows the new graph. So this is not a graph that shows only with the battery going down, but even when you are charging, it would show the approximate time until which the device would get charged to 100%. So you can get an estimate of how much time it would take for your device to get to 100%. And the other new feature is the screen pinning, where you can get a particular activity directly on the screen, and if at all your kids are using your phone, they can go nowhere else but stick to that screen pinning. That is another good thing. And the new feature that I can't show a demo of right now is the smart lock feature. So smart lock is something where you can use your wearable device or something like the Moto 360 smartwatch to unlock the smartphone without having to use the pin unlocking method or something, where you can just bring down your device near to the phone and it would unlock the screen. So that is a new feature in the Android Lollipop, but I can't show the demo of that right now. And so these are all the new features in the Moto X 2014. As you can see, this is the material design with the new icons of Google applications, the inbox and the maps. Everything gets a new update. There's this YouTube getting a new icon, and everything well placed in these themed app pages, and the material design is even evident in this section of widgets, wallpapers and settings. Once I go into the wallpapers, there are no new wallpapers. These are the same that I had seen, except for these which I see as a few new ones in the Lollipop update. And the major changes, as I already said, is this notification area with this quick settings and the guest mode, and I can directly go to the battery settings from here. So this was the Android Lollipop update and the information about the updates that the Moto X 2014 has got with this Android 5.0 update. So do check out the channel and subscribe to it for more videos. Thank you.